Hello, beautiful people. It is day 7 of our 30-day WordPress series. In this video, I want to show you how to install your WordPress toolkit. Now, what do I mean by your WordPress toolkit? Well, I have 5 different plugins that I want to go over with you that I believe every WordPress website owner should be installed or should have installed on their website. So the first thing we're going to do, as you guys see, this is the same demo site that we're going to be using for every day of this 30-day series. And right now on the previous video, you saw us talk about plugins, right? What they are and how to actually install one. And if we just go right here to the left side and we actually click on install plugins, you'll actually see that in that video, we had already done 2 videos. I showed you, or 2 different types of plugin installations. And that's what we went over in that past video. But now I want to go over the top plugins that I think every WordPress website owner should have. So the first thing we want to do is going to definitely stay right here on the add plugin. So again, we're going to go over to plugins, click on add plugin, and we now need to start searching for our plugin. Now this first plugin, or actually let's just go over all 5 of the plugins we're going to go over there. That way you can have some sort of an idea as to what plugins and why are we installing them. So the 5 plugins that we will be installing is going to be Publish Press Capabilities, WP Statistics, Nexter WP, Simple History, and Malcare. And of course, we're looking for capabilities, right? Now you see by this same, as we see right here, by the same author, they do have authors, they have future, they have quite a few different single plugins that you can install and activate. However, this one right here is what we need. And this one is going to give you or your WordPress dashboard user role editor capabilities, access permissions, and all types of good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and install, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's already activated. All right, and of course, just like anything that you install and activate on WordPress, it will redirect you to that particular tab. So as you see now, we have this new tab over here in our left side admin menu panel that says capabilities, and as you see, it's open and we can see all of the different capabilities that we do have. And right here, guys, the only thing that's pro is the admin menus, but we're actually going to use another plugin for the admin menus. But if you want to go ahead and get the pro version, you honestly could, and it'll take care of the admin menu that we're going to go over in a little bit just as well. But as you guys see, completely free, and you have all of these access right here. So now let's go back to the plugins because we have quite a bit more. So again, let's go to add plugin. And let's go ahead and install and activate the rest of these. Again, I'm just going to go here. I'm going to search for the next one, which is going to be WT Statistics. And it's going to be this one right here. Again, I'm going to go ahead and install and activate this one. Now I will be go ahead and taking care of the rest of these off camera. So I'll be back in just a second when I have all 5 plugins already installed and activated. All right, so now you see once we actually go to the install plugins, we can actually see the full list of all of our plugins. And again, this is going to act as your WordPress toolkit. And I'm going to dive deeper into my reasons as to why. So we'll take a look at the first 2 right here. We have Elementor and Elementor Pro. Those are going to be our page builders. This is what's going to allow us to actually go in and actually build out how our pages visually appear once people start browsing our website. Then down here we have the Nexter WP. I do have a link for that down below if you guys have not already, checked it out. However, Nexter is going to be absolutely phenomenal for and giving you honestly a lot of stuff. And I did a full tutorial. Again, I have it linked as well. But we do have the extensions because it's going to come in super handy for some security purposes, also some admin menu and things like that. It's actually going to be in the next video, so make sure you guys got your bell notifications turned on. And then of course, for me, I'm going to be using some pro features. So you definitely want to make sure you get a pro license. So we do have the extensions pro. Then next we have the publish press capabilities. Now this one is going to be super good for you. And you guys saw me talk about this a little bit earlier. And this one is going to be really good for you to allow you to be able take full control over the user roles and what people are able to do and see with particular roles. And then we have simple history. Now this one is little when you first get it in, and I'm going to show you guys what it does in just a sec. However, this one is a small one. However, it's going to be very, very important for you as not only just the owner of a website, but also that web designer as well. When you want to go in and gotta fix something that your client telling you about, you can now use this simple history to view what was previously done that may have caused the issue that you are trying to fix for your client. So it's going to come in super handy. Again, we're going to go over in just a second. And then we got WP statistics. Now, some of these things right off the bat, you will not be able to really just see the changes. Like for instance, the simple history, if I were to, it's on right now, but there is no history because there's not a website just yet. We don't have any pages, anything set up on here. So we won't see anything here, nor the statistics. Now, you guys, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know what Elementor and Elementor Pro is. And honestly, you probably know what the Nexter and all that stuff is. So we're actually going to skip those things. But for these three right here, I just want to give you a little bit more of showcase what these actually can do. So I'm going to open up my personal site or one of my client sites. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. All right, so the first one I want to go over is definitely going to be the publish press. So let's just close this out. It's going to be this one right here. This is the first one I want to kind of like go over. So first and foremost, if you do want to see what all it has, you can just click on settings here. But you also see that on the left side and the the tabs on the left side of the dashboard, you also will see a tab that says capabilities, and that is going to be the publish press capabilities. And so once you come on here, you see that right now we're on the settings because that's what I obviously clicked on. But if we were to just go right here to the, where is it, not the dashboard, the admin menus or the capabilities, you will see, like I discussed in the beginning of the video, you do have options to set up how these different user roles can maneuver around your website. So underneath the capabilities tab, you see right here, the first thing you need to do is choose what role are you setting the capabilities up for, right? So again, let's just say you want to hire an editor on your project. Let's say you have a WordPress website and you want to put an editor or give an editor some access to your website so that they can do what they need to do. Well, you need to make sure you click on the editor role, and then it'll re-upload, right? Will refresh. Then you will see right here that this editor role has these particular capabilities. Now, this is done by default. By default, these few rows that you already see is going to be already set from WordPress themselves. And so as you see, the editor role already come with things that any editor would need. So they are able to edit post pages, right? They're not able to edit your media. Why? Because you control your media. You don't want anybody working on your website where they have to upload media themselves, especially if you do not know them. So as you see right off the bat, WordPress already pretty much does quite a bit for you, but this is going to be super important to understand how it works because you can actually create roles yourself. And comment down below if you want a video on that. And if you do start creating your own roles outside of what WordPress have, you will indeed need a tool like Publish Press Capabilities to do that. So as you see, you can go in here and you can easily toggle all things. And as you see, there's a 3P setting, right? And right here you can even read it. Now it says that the first one, obviously, if it's the check mark, that means that the capability is granted. Well, if you make it go blank, it means that it's not granted. However, it will still be visible to them. So if you don't want it to be visible at all, you need to do that third one. And as you can see on the little tooltip that pops up over when you hover over it, it even says it right here that this capability is explicitly negated, right? So this means that it will not be possible for them to even attempt to edit a page, so they won't see it, and if they even do, they will actually be denied, and it'll be like a little error message that will be displayed. So that's going to be super important. I'm going to keep that unchecked though, but as you see right here, that this is really powerful. Now right now we're on the editing part because of course we're looking at an editor role, and you can see the deletions, so what they're able to delete and what they're able to, or what they're not able to delete. And as you see, by default they already have that they're able to delete posts and pages. Why? Because, well, an editor is able to edit and create edit and create pages or posts. So of course they do have the option to delete, but you can limit that if you don't want that. And then they have some visibilities right here. So you just got to go through these and really just set these up exactly how you want. And a good use case that I want to show you guys quickly is from my client site. Right here, this is one of my clients. She's an esthetician. located in Los Angeles. So if you need a facial, go check out my girl. However, you guys can see right here in her menu, right off the bat, you do not see certain things in her menu. However, if a person was to log in, they will indeed see another tab. Let me show you quickly by just go ahead and logging in. Give me 1 second. All right, so now that I'm actually logged into her website, now you see that I see this new tab located in her menu that says manage. And the reason being is because I am now logged in. So if I were to go back to the login page, instead of the login say sign up, you see that right here, it actually telling me that, hey, this is you are the user that's already logged in. So go back to home page, or if I hover over it, I can see that I can log out. Right, so if I go back again, looking at this menu right here, you see that we do see an additional tab that was not there before. And so this is the power of the published press capabilities, right? This is why this is so phenomenal. I'm going to show you guys a separate video on how to like set this up for certain things if you guys want to see that. But I just want to go over how intuitive this really is. And of course you can go on rows. Here is where you will be able to see your rows, and you can actually create rows strictly from inside here. Now all of these, as you see, are WordPress core, meaning these were automatically added to the WordPress by default. But you have so many other options over here. You even have some admin features, which I also think is really pretty cool if you want to strictly dive really deep in here. Again, where you can actually set up how things will show over here on this side of the toolbar, or actually that's this one. Yeah, that's actually this one here. This is the WordPress toolbar, and you see you can make edits. Now, just to quickly show you guys kind of like how to go about creating the setup that I did for my client site, like hiding certain things in the menu, is to first go to the WordPress dashboard. Make sure you go right here to where it says capabilities, and this time click on navigation menu. Once you click on this navigation menu right here, you will then be able to toggle on and off what you want people to see based on their role. So simply just by clicking on it, will definitely say that that is denied. That page will no longer be seen. And as you can see, these are all of the different things that are in her menu. As you see, this is the main menu navigation. And as you see, she has all of these pages, and I can toggle on and off what's seen and what's not per the role. So let's just say we go to logged out users. If I just click on logged out, you will see that that manage page that we have in the main menu, they are not able to see that. Why? Because they're logged out. They don't need to be seeing anything about managing appointments and orders and subscriptions because, well, they don't have a login because they're logged out. So that's how you can get really specific with what roles can see and do what. Now, the next one is going to be the simple history. Now, I'm going to show you this one on one of my other client sites. So let's just scroll all the way down after we see, oh, well, here it is right here. We have the simple history, right? Now, if we just take a look at that, immediately you can tell that this is just going to act as a log. So if you are new, or if you're familiar, honestly, to working with different websites and different backends, you would know that to really troubleshoot something, you need to see a list of logs, see what people are doing, what's being done on the page. And this wouldn't help, honestly, and most times this can actually help you successfully troubleshoot whatever it is you're dealing with, whatever issue or problem you are facing. So that's where this one comes into handy. And again, this is the reason why I said it's something so small, but it's going to be so helpful when you actually start to need. But it's awesome to automatically have this immediately on every install, because it's going to make the world of difference. So right here, I put this already on my client's dashboard. However, you see that right here, they can see what's been happening. So nothing has happened since 10 hours ago, right? And these are the few things that had happened, and they can always click on view the full activity log. And guys, this is just the free version. As you see, get premium and all this stuff is over here because I am just simply using the free version of this, and it works right out of the back. I absolutely love it. So now you can see a full overview. You can even see right here the dates, so you can see what all happened within that time frame. So simple history is definitely going to be a good one. And of course, all you have to do is make sure, let's go back to the dashboard. And last but not least, we have the WP statistics. Now this one is going to be super important. You've seen this one a little bit on the dashboard of both my client sites here that I was just using. these are going to be the analytics. Now, I'm going to actually go to mine right now because I don't want to disclose too much of my clients' traffic overview right now. But this is mine. My website has been in maintenance mode for almost a month, guys. But we're gonna disregard that. We're gonna disregard that. I'm just doing some changes right now. But as you see, this right here is going to be such a phenomenal piece to add if you are creating WordPress websites and you are sending or handing off these WordPress websites to your clients. This is going to be super important because at a glance, people can see how their website is performing, how many pages are being viewed, how many visitors they got within a certain time frame, how many views did these pages, get, individually. You can view more metrics about that. As we go down a little bit more, we have the top referring. So you have different ways people are accessing your website. And I'm clearly seeing that right now YouTube is pretty up there for me in terms of social media, which makes sense because that is the only social media, or it's not technically a social media, but that's the only platform that I really mainly just advocate for my website because that's the only platform that I'm heavily on. But as you see, you can see so much stuff. Now there's other things you can see too. So if I just go to one of my client ones, if we scroll down, I must have deleted it then. Well, this is the thing. They have so many other things that you can add, and I'm going to be showing it in the next video. But if you just click here, this screen options right here is going to be super helpful. You can then toggle on what you want to see and what you don't want to see. So by default, you would probably have Elementor overview, site health, and all that stuff, which I'll show you that in just a second. But with the analytics, they also put in some other options that you can put here too. So like the global visitors, the traffic overview, you see all the ones that we actually do have checks on are the things that you can actually see down here. So we have a device usage. So if I just toggle that on, you will see that it will position it right here. And I can see that about 64 or 85% of people are visiting my client's site on desktop, and only 14% is viewing his website on his smartphone. So this is super important information that I could use in order to enhance his website, or this is valuable information for him to understand how people are viewing his website. So that's why this WP Statistics plugin is going to be a good one. So definitely, again, this is something that I recommend. Be sure you go ahead and get it. It's free and it shows absolutely good information. Now these are the ones that you won't be able to see on this current WordPress testing site that we're doing, but it's going to be really good one. Now that pretty much wraps up today's tutorial. These are going to be the absolute key plugins that every WordPress site should have on their website or their dashboard. So if you are creating websites and handing them off to clients, or if you are a website or WordPress website owner, then you definitely need to have not the page builder if you're not using Elementor actively already, but these here are definitely going to be some absolute goodies for your WordPress website. That pretty much wraps up today's tutorial, just me going over my recommendations of the top tools that you need to have installed immediately. But be sure you guys come back because the next video in this series will actually be breaking down how I create these nicely built dashboards and setups for my clients. As you see right here, my clients can see and view all of their analytics right here immediately after logging to their dashboard. However, here I kind of like fixed it up for them to kind of like understand what it is that's over here. So as you can see, I move pages up. I have e-commerce as the title, but that's the SureCart. I have bookings as the title, but that's Amelia Bookings. You can tell that I do have a bit of some space if you just pay attention to just a little bit of that space right there, versus if we look at the demo site, you see there's not much space in between things. There's no real indicators that there's some separation there. So I kind of did that here too. For Elementor, I changed the title to say Page Builder because you see the regular one on our demo site actually just says Elementor. So I'm going to be showing in the next video in this 30-day series how to actually set up the dashboard for not only you, but to make it really, really cool and easy to understand for your clients as well. That's all I have for today's video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.